Today we're making a chickpea stew. You can see all of our ingredients here. We have two 15-ounce cans of chickpeas, but you can also swap out any other type of bean or protein that you like. We have two 15-ounce cans of diced tomatoes, our 2 tablespoons of olive oil, half a teaspoon of red pepper flakes, a teaspoon of dried thyme leaves, as well as a cup of orange juice, and then we're going to chop up 3 garlic cloves. Now this recipe is great. You can add as much garlic as you like. You can do different mix of the spices if you prefer. And then also, as I said, you can swap out the chickpeas for other types of protein. This recipe is great because it comes together very quickly and is very nutritious. So we'll start with chopping up the garlic. And I like to use fresh garlic because it has a lot of great flavor and more nutrients. But if you want to use garlic powder or jarred minced garlic, that's fine too. To peel the garlic, what I do is I smash them with the broad side of the knife. And this makes peeling the garlic cloves much quicker. Just like that. And these garlic cloves are actually grown and harvested in the urban demonstration garden that we have here at the Capital Area Food Bank. Now the recipe just calls for these cloves to be finely chopped. So we're just going to chop them up. Now don't be afraid to use the largest knife in your kitchen. This helps. I prefer to use this knife. It's more accuracy, but also because I use it like a lever, so it's less of a strain on my wrists while I'm chopping. So I just chop it 3 times here to make the cloves a little bit smaller, and then I'm going to chop them again just a few times here, and then again here. And then now, to have them more finely chopped, just do it once again. And it's really helpful to make a claw motion with your hand, so it helps guide the knife as well as prevents you from making those little mistakes of chopping your own fingers. We've all done it. We all forget to do the claw motion, but there you go. So we've got 3 cloves of some nice chopped garlic. Just do it over a few times, just so they're not just the biggest chunks. There we go. Easy. And that is going to be the most work that you're going to have to do for this recipe. Such a great, simple recipe that I love it. Alright, so we're going to start off. I'm going to turn this burner on medium heat and let this 2 tablespoons of olive oil heat up a little bit. So we have that going in the pan. And it won't take too long to heat up. Oil is very easy to burn over this medium heat, and also it's helpful because this recipe comes together so quickly to have all your ingredients ready to go. So it'll help, just a couple extra minutes of prep will help you go a long way in terms of your cooking time. So we're just going to put this garlic right in that oil, because it doesn't take too long at all. And another reason that it's helpful to have all of your ingredients laid out is because this garlic is going to cook so quickly that it can be easy to burn. So hopefully you can hear that as well. And I'm here cooking at the Capital Area Food Bank training kitchen, and I know that after a few minutes people are going to start knocking on this kitchen door and asking what I'm cooking, because they're going to be able to start smelling this wonderful garlic smell. Alright, so it's just going to be maybe a minute, maybe even less, to let that garlic cook. While that's doing that, we're going to put our spices in. We're just going to put just a little bit of salt as well. I'm using sea salt, but whatever you have is fine. Just not too much. So we're going to stir these together, and you'll start to really get a nice aroma out of this mixture and a nice little sound. And then Once that's got started and you get that nice aroma coming from the pepper flakes and the thyme, you're just going to add all the rest of the ingredients. We've got our 2 cans of tomatoes, and then you don't have to drain the beans, because we're making a stew, so we want as much liquid as possible. That's why it's really important to look for the no salt added beans. But if you are watching your salt intake, what you can do, and sometimes it's hard to find beans, especially affordable ones that are without salt. I have 1 cup of orange juice there. What you can do is you can still rinse the beans, because it will take away about 40% of the sodium in those beans. And then you can just add a little bit of water to replace that liquid from the beans. We're just going to let them stir together. And we're going to turn the heat up a little bit because we want to bring it to a boil. And once we bring that to a boil, what we're going to do is just reduce the heat again. So once you start to see that bubbling happen, you're going to reduce the heat again and just let it cook for about 10 minutes or until the stew you see is starting to thicken up. And then it'll be ready to serve. And we recommend serving it with some rice, or if you have pasta as well, that would be great. Or just eat it by itself, just like a soup. Hope y'all enjoy.